Hi guys! Welcome back to the Unraveling the World podcast.
Before we get into today's episode, let's hear from our sponsors.
This episode is sponsored by Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain it to you really quickly. To start off, it's 100% free, and there are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will then distribute your podcast for you so it could be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more platforms. In fact, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. If you're interested, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Okay, so in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the student debt crisis. So Ishani is just going to explain what it is in simpler terms.
So to kind of explain it in simpler terms, the student money borrowers are in crisis due to a rise in average debt and declining average wage values. So basically, in other words, in debt college graduates and even non-graduates who borrow money from whoever it might be, like taking loans and stuff, are unable to repay that money. And this issue has been going on for quite some time now, and it just keeps getting worse because they're unable to pay that debt.
Yeah, and I wanted to add on to that point. This affects a lot of people in high school or upperclassmen that are coming out of high school, and essentially people in college as well. And as we all know, college costs a lot of money. Whether you're attending a university in-state or out of state, it's really pricey due to the fact that you have to pay for your tuition, and on top of that you have to pay for dorms or a hotel or wherever you're staying at in order to live a happy and healthy life while getting your education. So many students are unable to pay because their parents aren't financially stable enough to pay for their kids' college, because it costs thousands and thousands of dollars. So many students take loans, or many students, it's the pressure's put onto the students in order to get a job and find a way to pay for college while also receiving the education and finding a job. So it's just really hard for students in general who are facing this issue.
See, I agree with all of this, but we do have, as I know New Jersey does, we have a free college program, don't we? We do have that. So I do think that the government, the thing is, we can't get rid of money completely because we, Ishani once has mentioned that we are in debt and we have to somehow earn our money. So part of it is from colleges, from the money that the students give from to colleges. And so, but the thing is, there's nothing that the government can really do. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, we do have tuition free. We do have a tuition free college program, don't we? Community college.
I don't know if it's completely tuition free though.
Right, but the thing is, I heard that we have to pay for it. I mean, community college, they don't have dorms, right?
I feel like, so that's the thing. Like, you can, so once you're getting out of high school, you can go to community college, but the issue is that a lot of people, especially in the type of district that we live in, and they look down on community college a lot. And also because the prices are significantly lower, or maybe even non-existent, it's you have to sacrifice your education, because through statistics and everything, obviously if you're gonna be studying at a college in community college versus a top school, I mean, it's ranked higher for a reason, so and it does cost more. But that's where the issue comes in. It's if you are able to, and if you're willing to pay more, you are gonna get a higher level education. But it's the thing is that a student who might be interested in learning and interested in and even be deserving of these higher education things, they might not be able to ever receive that education in his or her like their lifetime, because their family might not be able to ever pay the tuition.
Yeah, and I wanted to add on to what Ishani was saying. So right now in my financial literacy class, we're learning about receiving different forms of education and how it impacts you in the long run.
Yeah.
So even if students can't get the education they need, there's still community college, and New Jersey is one of like the several states with programs that promises free college tuition
Yeah.
to very low income students. So this is very helpful for students who have financial burden because they can't attend public colleges that are very pricey. But you know, this only is beneficial to the people, like it only applies to the people who to whose parents earn like a gross income of like $0 to $65,000 per year. But like aside from that point, even if you want to get an education and say you do get into a really good college, but you can't attend that college because of financial problems, and you have to go to community college because that's you still want an education, you won't be able to make as much money compared to someone else who receives an education in a university for a longer period of time, because that's just how it works in our world. Like if you get like a master's degree and someone else gets their like doctorate degree, the person who gets a doctorate degree is going to earn more than the person who earns a like master's degree, because they're spending more time and they're like getting a better quality education.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to add on to the point that many students, like because they are in these types of situations, a lot of like organizations or like even College Board, they offer like scholarships, right, for these, and it's not really for this purpose, it's just to help like anyone who like for money, like obviously anyone wants like free money, like, you know, so people but the thing is, it's like a lot of these students are pressured to do really well because many families in the United States are struggling with financial issues. And even families who aren't struggling with financial issues, everyone wants to save money, like no matter what. If there's a way you can save money, like anyone's parents or any family is going to want to opt for that option. So to get these scholarships, there's a lot of pressure for students also to study well and get these.
I feel like the issue what kind of plays in is that with scholarships, because everyone has access, because in the 11th grade, access to these scholarships, like for example in 11th grade when we're going to be taking the PSAT for the National Merit Scholarships, like everyone has the everyone's able to take that scholarship, but like a lot of people, which I feel like isn't taken into consideration, it's like people who do have the money, who are able to afford like coaching and like taking practice, getting like in person like practice for the PSAT. A lot of people aren't able to afford that, like, you know. And I know that it's just practice. It's just like it may seem little. It's like, oh, it's just practice for the PSAT, like you can study on your own. But like when you look at it long term, it's like someone who does have access to this money, they will with coaching and like access to a lot of websites which may require like payment and stuff, like they will do better on the PSAT than someone who may not have access to that money, who are depending on themselves to like do better for their future and stuff. So when the day comes for the PSAT results, like the person who's able to afford and who was able to afford all these different like tools to better themselves to do well in the PSAT, it's like it will help them like long term as well. So it's like no doubt that money does play a huge role in your education, but it's also important to note, like for colleges and stuff, there is financial aid but like the thing is that financial aid can only do so much. It does help, like no doubt, obviously it does help so much, like for people who are willing to, like Javi said, like every family, rich or poor, like they all want to save money, and
but exactly, it only helps so
much in terms of, it's like 2K, 3K, like even 20K. It seems like a lot of money, but like tuition can range from like 60,000 like per year,
like even more than 80,000.
It can be a lot. Like these Ivy League schools, they're not cheap, like not cheap at all, obviously, as you can imagine. So like it's like these financial aid and these scholarships can only help so much, to the point where like students like are forced to like sacrifice their education. And also like going into dental school and medical school, it costs so much, which is, and medical school and stuff, those are like top two of the type of fields that students go to after graduating high school. So, and those are the top two fields where like debt plays a huge role in. So yeah.
Yeah, and also speaking about debt, many people take loans, or many people find ways to pay off for college, and they only are able to pay off all of these fees, especially like you just mentioned, Ishan, like many people who want to take med, there's so many years of education if you want to become a doctor, because you're literally playing with someone's life, so it's like not a joke, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of education and time that goes into it, which is why it costs so much. And a lot of doctors, they only start actually doing like quote unquote like doctor work at the age like of 40 or like 50, and that's like when they're just about to like start paying off their debt. So more than half of your life is gone by the time you're almost done paying your debt.
Have you guys heard about like what Biden did apparently for student debt?
No, I didn't.
He I don't know, he like canceled 1.5 billion for student loans or something like that.
Oh, wait.
Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about it, but I was like curious.
He like campaigned.
How would like two students, if they're like in different amounts of debt and willing, how would he determine their income, and how would he, like, because I'm talking in terms of like, what if a person like has a higher like paying job than the other person, but they have like the same amount of debt? How would that work? I was like thinking about it, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I heard about it. Like he canceled like about like $10 billion worth of student loans, and like he canceled like $1.5 billion of student loan cancellation like for some 92,000 something borrowers, but
something like that. And I what's it called, the it's a coincidence we're talking about this, and he did this like what, yesterday or
recently. He did it recently.
Coincidence.
Yeah, that is. I feel like it's kind of weird to thinking about like college and things are. It's I wouldn't say the biggest income of America's like money and stuff, but like it's weird because America itself is, I believe, $26.7 trillion in debt. By the end of 2020, they were in that much debt. Like they, meaning they were in that much debt.
And out of all of that, 1.5 or 1.6 trillion out of that much. And to talk about something, I'm not that educated in in this field, but I found out that you could be denied employment like because of bad credit, right? So if you have if you have a lot of student debt, that can affect like your credit report. So
even when you're like going to put like a down payment on a house and stuff, they look at your credit like score and stuff, and that I believe they do. And so like if you have if you create a bad reputation of paying off debt and stuff, I feel like a lot of people do not like are irresponsible and aren't able to pay off that. A lot of people are like not physically like seriously not able to pay that off. So I feel like some of these regulations that are engraved in America's like laws and stuff, I feel like should be like changed a little bit to that can satisfy everyone's like situation, because everyone's situation is different, you know.
Yeah, and talking about the credit score, I guess there's two perspectives to it. Obviously, if there's no enforcement, people aren't going to be paying off their debts, and then America's economy would go downhill. I mean, right now we think it's really harsh, but I guess it's a way of ensuring that.
I didn't even think of that. You're right.
It's like a way of ensuring that everyone's playing their role, and that like nobody's like not paying their money when other people are, and it's just not fair if you're getting away with stuff like that. But I wanted to also point out that in America, education is so expensive, and I believe Sweden is one of the countries that has like the least student debt, and tuition is free in Sweden.
But I feel like, yeah, like tuition is free. Like I feel like America is so prestigious for its education, like including me. Like so many of my friends, and like a big portion of why we moved was because to this like New Jersey WWP is because of why how like great the school was, and people are like, even though we're not paying the school direct money, but like America is known for its education, and like it's like job opportunities and stuff. So it's understandable why it's not like free, because that's kind of impossible, but like it's like still not possible to like follow like Finland's government, like their like school hierarchy like thing, so it's like situation. So that's where I feel like it's, I don't know, it's like I don't know how America would ever reach the point of like free schooling education, you know.
And also, I agree with that. America is known for its very prestigious universities and job opportunities.
Yeah.
I'm not saying America is like this great country where there's no discrimination. Obviously, there's many bad things about America, but it does offer good job opportunities, like a chance to like build a family, build a career. It is a good place, I guess. But I was looking into like colleges in Sweden and stuff, and even though these colleges are free, they're like, compared to America, they're not as prestigious, and they don't offer as amazing of an education.
But it's so sad because even like students in Finland, in Sweden and stuff, they might be so smart, and they have so much potential. It's like but it's like, again, like as I said before, it's like they might not have the capability or ability to like physically immigrate to America, because immigrating to America and like having a sustainable like future, like being stable in America is already so expensive. It's like so much potential is lost, like worldwide, because a lot of people like worldwide, like it's globally known that America, it's huge, it's like a huge deal to move to America, right? And so it's like so much potential is lost through solely because of the money, like education prices in America. That's why.
Yeah. And I think to conclude this episode, we can talk about a career choice like we want to do, or something that we see ourselves doing in the future. And I don't really know, like I guess
like something that we want to do in the future. Kavi, do you want to go first?
No, you can go first.
Okay. Okay, I don't really know what I want to get into. It's like kind of, but I was thinking criminology related, like maybe like criminal like journalism, or even, I'm not really sure, maybe like criminal defense, something related to that. But I haven't pinpointed. But all I know is that I don't want to do anything like science related, like maybe not science, but like more med related. But yeah.
Yeah, same. I guess I want to do like something business or law related. I'm not really sure yet. Like I know, but I know for a fact I don't want to do med. Or like maybe even comp sci. Like my parents do comp sci, but it seems so boring. Like,
no, I cannot sit. Dude, I don't even understand what comp sci people do. Like seriously, but I cannot see myself in that field.
Yeah, it's way too much work. Like, not work. It's just boring. Like, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. Like, I don't know. But yeah, business or I guess law. This sounds appealing to me.
I've always been interested in the med field, and specifically, I want to be. I mean, it may change, but I'm pretty confident I want to be a neurologist or a general internal medicine physician, or like a rehabilitation.
That's so cool.
Physician. I don't know, between those three.
Do you guys have like a college, like a dream college? Do you guys you want to get into?
Okay. You can go first, Courtney.
I don't think I'm not the right one to ask for that, because the thing is, I don't have the right idea. Like,
Yeah.
kind of just, like, if I'm being completely honest, I just want to go to an Ivy League. And I don't even care. Like, I just want to go to a good Ivy League. That's it.
I think everyone wants to get into an
That's
Ivy League.
literally it. Like, I
It's
don't
like,
have any other.
if I got into an Ivy League, I guess that'd be cool. But no, obviously, yeah. Kavya, you?
I mean, yeah, that's obviously everyone's probably, like, everyone who cares about getting a really good education,
Yeah.
like Ivy League. But if not that, like a top tier college, I want to, like, maybe like New York or like California, if we're talking about location. But honestly, I don't care about the location. If it's a good place, like, I'll go
I don't
anywhere.
wanna move south though.
Oh yeah,
Me too.
Because I'm Indian and I just keep myself safe.
I'm sorry. I'm not going south. Like, either the East Coast or like California. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going past Michigan. That line, absolutely no.
I need to keep myself safe. But like, if we're talking, obviously, of course, I'd literally be so happy if I got, like, if I got into like Ivy League, like everyone.
Would you guys like go to a college outside of America?
No, wait. Let me finish my thing. I would, but my dream college is Harvard, obviously. But I feel like everyone does. Outside of America depends, because I don't really want to move outside of America, you know. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think America's a good place. Like, I don't want to like move out of it. And also, I'm not sure, because I don't think it's up to me, yes, but it's also like my parents have been saving up money, so it's mainly up to them and how they decide, you know. Obviously,
Yeah.
like, I'm the one studying, but at the end of the day, they're the ones providing for my education.
Because out of school, because my sister, okay, but it's like, I feel like having like if you get into a college in America, but they have like programs like often all over the world in like Europe and stuff, like crazy, like pricey. So yeah, it's kind of, if we're talking like that kind of program, I'd love to, but like it kind of, yeah, like Kavya said, like depends on my parents and they're like if they're comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's a good way to end our episode for today.
Yeah. I hope. Yeah.
Be sure to tune in next one.
Bye.
Bye.